Alrighty, I am back at my cabin and finished my first marathon. Got it done. And just going to use this video as a bit of a chance to chat about the whole thing. Bit of long form content, I guess, for the YouTube. So if you care, listen up. So yeah, ran the Kokoda Challenge a few months ago, around about May, and then signed up for the marathon. Had a few friends that were going to do it too, but they eventually pulled out. And yeah, had a training block sent to me from the marathon organisers, and tried to follow that pretty well. Typically Monday, Tuesday running, Wednesday off, Thursday, Friday running, Saturday off sometimes, and then a long run on Sundays, building up the distance, eventually getting to the point where 1 hour, 1.5 hour, 1:45, 2 hours, 2.5, 3 hours, and eventually I got to about 2 or 3 weeks out. I did a 28k run, and that was 3 hours long, and that was the furthest I did in the training block. So 28k is pretty decent. That was the furthest I'd ever ran, and had a few times where I didn't follow the training perfectly. I had some days off, and still got it done. But in hindsight, those would have made me a bit stronger. Got the Garmin watch as well, that really helped. Do recommend that. Ran about 290 k's in total in the few months, and my kilometers improved each month, going from about 60 to 90 to like 120, I think, for the month. So basically did a carb load in the lead up, the last couple of days beforehand. Also got some cordyceps mushrooms, which really helped, and a lot of Powerade mixed in with my waters, heaps of steak and eggs and avocado for dinners, massage guns for stretching, things like that. Eating fairly clean, but not 100% perfect, because I could enjoy having some cheat meals if I wanted. Obviously I can improve on my time. So finished with a 4:42, my first one. I was shooting for the 4:30, but kind of pushed it a little bit too much in the second 10 miles, I think. Tried to put the foot down a bit, and ended up having to just gut the last 12 miles, 12 kilometers, which I'd never done before, and it was tough. But for the whole race day kind of thing, in the lead up, picked up my bib on the Saturday down at the Sunshine Coast, Alexandria Headland, did a 3k 20-minute shakeout. Then tried to sleep, had some carbs, had sushi and like a big rice bowl, and knew I wasn't going to sleep that well, so I got some good sleep on the Thursday and Friday. Saturday night got like 6 hours sleep, had to wake up at 3:30 in the morning, because I live out in the forest in a log cabin. So there you go. Bit of a drive in, 2k walk to the starting line from Bar, and then so basically took off, feeling good, and rained a little bit, but nothing too bad. Through Bar was fine. Back through Alex, feeling good for the first 10k definitely, and then got to the highway after going through Bradman and Dewporth Avenue. Got to the highway, got to the 16 kilometer mark, or 10 miles, and in my race plan I figured I would try to go to my goal pace, which would be 5-minute 41 kilometers, to try and get that 4-hour mark. But I think I put the foot down a bit too early, and was still doing pretty good as I crossed into Pacific Paradise and then up to Majimba. And then coming back from Majimba, it started to feel like a pretty long way. Um, had to take a bit of a pee stop in the bushes at one point. Just drinking the electrolytes and water at the aid station, so I didn't use any gels, which is another thing I can improve on. And coming back, once I got to that sort of 27, 28k mark, body started to feel it. And then 29 and then 30, coming back onto the highway, there was a big headwind, and that was tough. But I didn't listen to any music or no headphones, no phone, just my watch and just running, and it was really good to just be with my thoughts in those moments and just keep telling myself, never give up. I wrote Noni on my arm. It's my grandma. It's her like little nickname that my family has for her. And she passed away in the lead up for this marathon, and so dedicated a lot of it to her. And every time I'd look at my watch, I'd see her name, and that really helped in the hard moments, figuring out my why. Why am I doing it? A bit for myself, but also for her, a bit of both. And just as I was coming off that highway onto Bradman Ave, 32, 33 k's in, that last 10k, it was tough. My hip flexors were cooked. Just felt like I had no strength. I was just shuffling along, basically, just a very slow jog back along that highway and then along Bradman. Got to the aid stations, like the water and electrolytes. It was so sticky on the road that my feet were sticking to the road. It was a gorgeous run though, really gorgeous course, and basically shuffling along, 33, 34, 35, very slow going, 36, and then I started to just get super tight, felt like my legs were gonna cramp, my hamstrings. Didn't really stop to walk very much, but I did have to stop and kind of stretch a couple of times just because my legs were so stiff, so sore at that point. My breathing and lungs and heart rate felt pretty good. It wasn't so much that, it was more my muscles and my joints. And then basically I had a really nice pacer lady. She was a motivator. She came with me from probably about 35, 36 kilometers. She saw me in the pain cave and started running with me and trying to get me to the middle of the road where there's not so much a slope, because I think the slope or the camber of the road, they call it, makes it hard on your knees and your hips and your muscles. And so I did heaps of running on camber, like in the lead up, and I think that might have played a factor. But she was shielding me. There was also the 5k had taken off at that point, so there was tons of people coming through the course, the back end of the course, and she was very much like protective of me, because she'd done marathons and she knew they're just doing a 5k, so you got to put respect on the people doing the full distance, especially on the home stretch, because if you try to deviate your course even a little bit, you're gonna use a lot of energy and it hurts. So she was an angel. It was really nice to talk with her, and having her to get me through those last few kilometers was definitely a big help. I really appreciate Rowena. So if you see this, shout out, thank you very much. And she let me go for the last kilometer, coming back through towards Alex Headland. And like that last kilometer was just, you're so close to the finish. The end is in sight. It's been a long journey. You've come a long way. And that last kind of 500 meters where I started seeing a lot of the people's tents and a lot of supporters were there waiting and like cheering me on. My bib said Willpower, and so a lot of people were cheering on the Willpower bib, so I'd sort of give them a little bit of a thank you. And like the last probably 300 meters, once I knew it was really close, I got this big surge of adrenaline, and I was moving. I felt like all the pain went away. I felt this big surge of energy, this power kind of come over me. I was banging my chest, like so proud of myself for doing it. And then yeah, came onto the home stretch, crossed the finish line, and it was like it was a really strange feeling, because it was like this moment, like a sense of relief, and then like but there was no one immediately there to sort of like congratulate me. I eventually saw my girlfriend and her family and stuff, but it was just that moment with myself, like I did it, and then we had to keep walking sort of through this little corral and then pick up, the medal. Um, but yeah, it was just like wow, I did it, finally. Um, and yeah, to do it was pretty good. I really felt really happy and proud of myself, and then yeah, very stiff afterwards. And yeah, went back to bag drop, got my bag, chilled out in the shade for a little bit. Eventually, my girlfriend and her family dropped me back to my car, which was 2 k's away in Mooloolaba. There was no way I was walking that. I met a really cool guy, who was also just stuck sitting on the side of the road because he was waiting for his daughter to come, and he was telling me how running's changed his life, and he'd battled with addiction and things like that. And yeah, I've sort of used this running journey of the marathon to, I think, to really nail the last of my addictions. Be it with, in the past I used cannabis and nicotine and things like that, and really, I think I really put the nail in the coffin on those. Let those go. I don't need them anymore. And if other people want to use them, that's fine, but they just don't serve me anymore. And so I let go of those addictions. And yeah, that was a big bonus in doing this. So really happy, and more to come. So yeah, just wanted to do a little wrap up. And yeah, anyone else who wants to do their first marathon, do it. You can 100% do it. Just keep training, keep showing up, and just never give up, and keep moving forward, one foot in front of the other, and you will eventually finish the marathon. So peace.